Utilization of open software.
In this session, we will learn about evidence analysis of execution environment and digital forensic evidence analysis.
Evidence analysis of execution environment.
First of all, let me introduce Nersoft.net. This site, developed by Nersoft, provides free software for Microsoft Windows. It has a small capacity and an efficient program structure, so it works flawlessly from old computers that need to be analyzed in the investigation process to the latest computers. Nersoft's tool provides various programs to obtain useful information from the programs provided here when the computer used by the subject or related person is confiscated during the investigation process or can be used in the field. You can also download and use the tools one by one from the Nersoft website if you need them. Or you can download Ner Launcher, which is all the tools at launcher.nersoft.net downloads index.html. Ner Launcher is a program that works installation free and can be stored in USB memory to carry around and be used on the scene. When you start Ner Launcher, according to the functions, you can see that there are various programs, and these programs can be used in various ways. Depending on the situation, you may find useful clues through programs not introduced today or find other ways to use them. One of the most commonly used tools is the Web Browser History Viewer. In the top menu, if you select Web Browser Tools, then Start Browsing History View, you can check from the computer you are investigating the list of the websites accessed through a web browser on it. If the investigation target has a record of accessing the website of a specific organization, the investigation target can be judged to be a member of the organization. In addition, you can discover the target's SNS, email, and messenger access records. These data can also be used for future investigation subjects. Another useful information you can check in the access history information is when and which keywords the subject searched for on the Internet search engine. If you run the tool, you can set the period to check the access history in the filter by visit data time item. I prefer to check all access logs, and then in the web browser section, you can select a browser to check access history. You can see that it supports all popular browsers such as Internet Explorer, Chrome, and Safari. Then, when you click on the OK button, you can check the access history of accessing web pages through your computer. You can see the access market price, the number of accesses, which sites were accessed before and through which browsers. These access records can be very useful in any investigation. To explain important information among the contents displayed on the program screen, URL is the address of the website you accessed, title is the title of the website you accessed. Visit time is the time of visit, and you can find out when the subject of the investigation visited the site. By checking the access site before and after the crime occurred, you can find important information. Visit count is the number of visits to the same website. Frequently visited sites are websites that the subject of investigation enjoys accessing, or that is important to the subject. Visited form is the internet site used to access this website. For example, if visited from Google, it can be inferred that the subject of investigation accessed through Google search to access this website. Lastly, web browser is the web browser used to access. If you look inside the red box displayed on the screen, you can see that the subject searched for anti-forensic techniques on Google using your computer. These search records are important evidence of the interest of the subjects of the investigation at the time. For example, if these search records are confirmed on the target computer of the hacking case, it can be inferred that the target person was aware of the crime and attempted to destroy the relevant evidence. Another useful tool is the password recovery tools. There are several types of passwords stored on your computer that are easy to verify. The most representative and useful tool is web browser pass-view and wireless key view. First tool to introduce is web browser pass-view. You can check the ID and password stored in the web browser. These username-password pairs can be utilized in a variety of ways. First, if the SNS account ID and password are confirmed, you can access the site and check the SNS content of the subject of investigation. You can find clues about accomplices, in this case, or conspiracy to commit crimes from friends or messengers on social media. Even without specific social media information, in general, people tend to use the same ID and password. You may also try to access using information from other websites. Of course, in order to utilize these investigative techniques, it is necessary to consider the legal environment of the country concerned. The important information checked in web browser pass-view is first URL item, where you can check the website address and the username and password items that stores the account information and password you accessed at the time. Create time and modifies time are items that store the time of initial access and when the ID or password is changed. The next useful tool is wireless key view. It displays the SSID and password of the wireless internet connected to the computer. First, the network name can be used to estimate the movement route of the subject of investigation. For example, if there is an SSID used by a specific facility or institution, the subject of the investigation has visited that facility or institution. In addition, in most cases, as described just before, same passwords are used. You can use the password found here to use it for social media accounts, etc., or try to unlock the password-protected files found on the computer of the investigation target. The main items of wireless key view is network name, where you can check the name of the wireless internet key which displays the password as a string. USB log view displays the type of USB device used for the computer and the plug-unplug date and time in chronological order. These kind can help you search for USB memory sticks or external hard drives in the scene. For example, if there is a USB memory stick that has been in use until recently, it is likely that it will still be at the scene, so it can be used as a basis for continuing to search the site or figuring out the location of the USB memory stick from the investigation target. The main items that can be checked in USB log view is first event type that distinguishes USB insertion, removal, and event time, indicating the time of such action, and device name, description to know the USB device name and type, and finally, drive letter item that confirms the specified path in case of a device type item. When analyzing USB access logs, it is important to check the time the USB device has been used in event time. This is because there is a high possibility that the time of the specific crime or the recently used USB is likely to contain evidence related to the case under investigation. SysInterners is a website that disclosed system utilities and analysis tools developed by Mark Rusinovich. After being acquired by Microsoft, various tools developed by SysInterners are provided free of charge to this day. SysInterners tool also has a small capacity and efficient program structure, so it works flawlessly from old computers to modern computers that need to be analyzed in the investigation process. These internal tools are more specialized and are mainly used for functional analysis of the computer under investigation, such as malware analysis. In fact, many malware analysts use these internal tools to analyze malware or breaches. These internal tools can be downloaded individually as needed, but like Nursoft Launcher, various tools are integrated into one for download under the name of this internal suite. Also, it is a portable app that does not require installation and is good to use by storing it on a USB memory stick. Autoruns is a tool that displays information that shows various programs that are run when Windows is first booted. And what functions of Windows allows those programs to run? Most malicious codes run every time Windows is booted and contain functions that attempt to forge or steal system information. Therefore, if a malicious code is infected with the system, the malicious code is registered in the startup program when Windows is booted, so that the malicious code is automatically executed at the next Windows boot. Therefore, Autoruns can detect malicious code by scanning for abnormal startup programs. Among the programs running Windows in Autorun, if there is something suspected of being malware, it provides a function that can be checked simply through VirusTotal. Next is TCP view. Through the internet in the current computer, TCP view displays a list of all programs that communicate with the outside source and which IP address they are communicating with. More than just checking which CNC server the malware is communicating with, TCP view can also be used to specify the IP address of the other party if you are currently talking with the subject of investigation using P2P messenger.
Digital forensic evidence analysis.
Free forensics tools include FTK Imager and AutoSpy. FTK Imager is a forensic tool developed by Access Data Company. It not only provides various functions such as disk imaging, memory capture, disk image analysis, etc., but also provides a light version, a portable program that does not require installation and can be stored in a USB stick, ready for immediate use at the scene. AutoSpy is an open-source forensic program, and although it is free, it supports various add-on modules, such as image analysis function of Android, smartphones, and timeline. With these tools, even if you do not have much knowledge of digital forensics, you can recover deleted files through open software or acquire a lot of evidence stored in your computer. Here, I will introduce a simple method of using AutoSpy, an open-source digital forensics tool. You can download AutoSpy from here. Windows 32-bit, 64-bit, Linux, and OS X versions are provided, so you can download and install it according to your computer operating system as well as Windows. You can download AutoSpy from here. Windows 32-bit, 64-bit, Linux, and OS X versions are provided, so you can download and install it according to your computer operating system as well as Windows. Each analysis is divided into cases, and when running a new analysis, click the New Case button to create a new analysis case. If you have a previously analyzed content, either reanalyze recent analysis event with Open Recent Case, or use the Open Case button to bring up the analysis case again and proceed with the analysis. For future case management, when creating a new case, specify a name for the case and the location where the case file is stored, then enter case number and analyst information. Now select the data source to be analyzed. In a case, there must be more than one data source. As a data source, you can select a disk image or virtual machine file that saves the information of the physical disk as it is. Or you can select the physical disk currently connected to the computer. For now, I will select local disk to analyze the disk in my computer. In the next window, click the Select Disk button, and then select the disk to be analyzed from among the displayed local disks. I currently have one 128 GB physical disk installed on my computer, and I have selected that disk. While reading information from physical disk, you can analyze various information in the files on the disk by using the pre-installed module. As shown on the screen, file type classification, photo analysis, search keyword analysis, email information check, encrypt documents, etc. are analyzed and displayed separately. If you don't need this analysis, you can speed up the initial analysis by unchecking the execution module here. This is the result of analyzing my computer's local drive through AutoSpy. To explain the menu on the left in order. First, you can check the list of analyzed data source in the Data Source item. In the Result item, you can check the results through the selected Analysis module and add the first data source. The example shown on the screen is cookie information of web browser stored in data source. In addition, you can check the analysis results of account information, search keyword information, email, and other important information remaining on your computer. In the upper menu, there are menus to check image, messenger, location information, and time information of the disk being analyzed. Among them, if you look at the Time Analysis tool screen, based on the file creation and modification time of the system to be analyzed as follows, you can check usage history by time period. This screen can be useful to check the usage history of the disk being analyzed at a specific point in time.
Summary. Let's take a look at the summary of this session.